Today on the channel, big figure, check. We've got the Mythic Legion's Troll. Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Mythic Legions unboxing and review. And of course, for all your Mythic Legions needs and a whole lot more, hit up Big Bad Toy Store. Link in the description below. And much like Super 7, Mythic Legions, a next level company, I guess. Smaller company, of course, the Four Horsemen. We know the story of Mythic Legions. If not, feel free to research them. But Mythic Legions, they do a lot of, not Kickstarters, but they put things up for pre-order for a month, 60 days, 90 days. Very similar to a Super 7 business model. You have your time to order that, and then they come roughly about a year later. So I know a lot of collectors are turned off on that. I'm not necessarily turned off on it. I am turned off on people having my money for a full year though, so as always, I always say, I recommend you guys got to get a deal, and what I do, I go to Big Bad Toy Store for these, and that's exactly what I did for this troll, as Big Bad Toy Store sells the Mythic Legions, you order them on there, and you do not have to pay until they ship. So depending how you like to do stuff, but for me, I don't like people sitting on my money if I don't have to. I just order it, and then you forget about it, and then it comes, and it comes, and it comes. So there it is. That's my hot tip of the day. But the other tip we're going to do is we're going to unbox this like we always do on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We'll see where it goes from there. We'll do a little bit of a comparison as well. Now, all honesty, I am not a completionist on the Mythic Legions. That's a tough road. That's an expensive road. If that was the only thing I was collecting, I could see that, but I pick and choose. I don't pick and choose a lot of lines, but Mythic Legions I do. I really do like the idea of Mythic Legions. I wish I would have got in earlier, but you know, the He-Man inspired kind of world too, as they did a lot of our He-Man Masters Universe figures from Mattel and Super 7 that we saw a few years back, of course. I wish I could have got in, but prices are through the roof right now on a lot of stuff. And I do struggle a little bit with, they have a lot of these guilds and clans and teams, and that's where I do like that people join the armies. This troll is a part of this army, this guy's part of that army. I do like that. But it just, for my crazy brain, that's my, everybody has their own collector crazy brain. I'm like, well, I can't collect that whole team, so I'm just not going to be a completist. That's where I kind of go. And it's a good thing. It's a good thing for my wallet. But man, they do have some fabulous figures. The most recent one we unboxed on the channel was around Christmas time. We unboxed that Krampus figure. I do like that one. I do love the He-Man inspired figures where we got the Moss Man, Stinkor. We're going to box those on the channel eventually. We had Battle Cat, Panther inspired figures. I didn't get some of the old Skeletor and He-Man ones because they're so expensive now. But then the Trapjaw inspired. So I'm getting those and a few other ones that catch my eye. And you guys know what usually catches old Kyle's eye. Big figures. And that's where this troll got me. I said, oh, it's on Big Bad Toy Store. Ooh, I'm going to pull the trigger, and I ended up buying this troll. So we'll see how good it is. Was it worth the investment? We're going to find out, but we got to take a look at the packaging first and see where it goes from there. So there it is. There, look at that big window box, big hulking heavy figure. You got the big Mythic Legions logo down below. Cannot miss it. Beautiful big packaging, big window box. Mythic Legions on the very top, as you can see. Warnings and all that kind of stuff down below. And UPC, no UPC. Well, I guess there is a UPC. It's a Big Bad Toy Store's UPC. But very cool. This is from, it says 2016 Four Horsemen. So I thought this was relatively newer than that. Maybe it's just a box reuse. That could be part of it. On the side, you got some troll artwork going on. You got a huge blurb. And you guys know there's nothing more Kyle loves than a blurb. I love reading a good blurb. I love reading time with Kyle. But I'm not going to read all that. So I did take a picture of it. I'll put it on there. You can pause my video if you really want to read all that. It's a lot to take in. And then you get the traditional blurb for the troll on the other side. And once again, a lot to take in there. If you guys do want to read it, I'll put it up and you can pause the video. But there's a lot to take in, which I guess you have to because we talk about it on the channel a lot. I like to have some feelings toward a character. A cool figure is a cool figure, but it's an even cooler figure when you have some kind of attachment and you know the story to it. And that's one thing with Mythic Legions that we don't know. These are new characters, new inventions, if you will, by the Four Horsemen and Mythic Legions. So by them putting all this reading material on here, I think it is fabulous. Not good for me reading to you guys, but fabulous to getting to know the character, having an emotional connection with the character, making you buy more figures of characters that are in this team and stuff like that. So that makes a lot of sense to me. So I do like that, even if it is a little long-winded. On the back, you get a nice fiery scene, big battle going on. No cross-sell, nothing like that, which I guess being an online company that sells online, I don't know if you need the cross-sell as much. I guess depends how you look at it, but I'm okay with this. But big, beefy, hulking packaging. As you can imagine, a figure this big, he's got a million twist ties, all that kind of stuff. So like a lot of other videos, I'm going to take this offline. I'm going to get him out of the package, and we'll be back talking about a troll. All right, we're out of the package. We've got the troll out, and man, I'll tell you what, the overpowering smell of plastic and paint, it almost gets you high. I mean, just, oh my gosh, woof. It's like my He-Man room. We'll have that in a display tour here very soon on the channel. If you liked my 2021 display tour, man, you're going to be blown away by 2022. But I have a new room, and I shut the door in there. When I open it, it's overpowering plastic smell. It like goes to your head, and that's what I got a whiff of this guy when I got him out of the package, which it feels like he's packaged fresh, because he is. There you go. But big packaging, as you guys know, I do save my Mythic Legions packaging. There's certain stuff we do. Got to keep it nice. If I do want to resell this, of course, a lot of people will want the packaging for a figure like this, and I totally get it, so I'm saving it. But let's get to it. Let's get to this big old troll. As you guys know, I love a big figure, especially a crazy figure like this. This is awesome because obviously it fits with your Mythic Legions. But if you wanted to, you could put this with your Thor setup. Let's say you got a Thor setup of Asgard of something. You could have him fighting Thor. You could have him in maybe your Star Wars universe. Anything could really work with this. And I forgot to mention He-Man in the Masters universe. There's giants in He-Man. You could have He-Man and the team fighting this guy as well. So there's a lot of uses for this outside of the Mythic Legions that you would just assume, because it is a Mythic Legions figure. So I do like that. We will talk accessories first. We do got a big club. A troll, what kind of weapon they're going to have? They're not going to have a shotgun. They're not going to have, you know, a machine gun. They're not probably even going to have a knife. But a club like this makes sense for a big old troll. And he's got big dents in it, and you can hear that. Look at that. Listen to that. There it goes. But it does break apart if you want, if you choose. It's it looks like a big piece of a tree stump, like a big tree. Like he broke the tree in half, stuck this on there. Nice rivets going around. I would have liked to seen a little different color on these rivets, but it's not that big a deal. Big old mace spikes on here. And then I love that they got one side that's broken. It's like he hammered something, he hit something. This isn't his first go around in a big battle, as you can see from his weapon. So big, chunky weapon. I'm here for that. That's like something like this guy. He needs something like this. So this is very, very cool. And then, of course, we get the only other accessory is an extra head, and we'll talk about that here shortly. But I wanted to talk about the heft of the figure. Now, it's not as heavy as you assume it to be. I don't know what this weighs. Maybe a little over a pound, pound and a half, 2 pounds, something. It looks like he might be a 5-pounder. He might be a big guy. But the amount of detail on this thing is unreal. He's got all kinds of different coloring. And I don't know about you guys, when I think of a troll, you either think of the troll dolls from the 90s, Trollmania, running wild, before Beanie Babies. But you think of those kind of trolls, or you think of something like this, like a monstrous, massive troll. And a lot of times people think of trolls being really small. Sometimes you think of them being big, and this is obviously a massive one. But he's got all kinds of scaling, almost rock-like throughout his back. Just very, very cool. And then coloring is all over the place. Green, darker greens, lighter greens, browns, almost a bluish to like kind of the rock part of it. Just big time coloring, big time figure, big time body parts. It's big time. Big Van Vader, big time. But then you got the steel rivets, so it looks like, hey, maybe he was captured at one time with some handcuffs, or it's just the most fashionable thing to wear if you're a troll. Not sure there. Articulation-wise, obviously this isn't Spider-Man. He's not going to be articulated like crazy. He's a big hulking brute. He's going to have a little bit more limited articulation, but of course the hands do move. He does have elbow movements, and you can hear it. So you can move the elbow. His arms go up, of course, all around. Not super good, but they do move. Do they move in and out? Of course they do. He's got big ratchets in there. You can see in the armpit, very well hidden away. So he does have some big time articulation as well. No knee articulation. He's got Power of the Force style legs that go up and down. And then he's got ankle rotation. Three big toes going on. So he's only got 3 toes. And then of course, like he walked out of Eternia's fashion show, he's got his most fashionable troll loincloth on. Just absolutely cool. I mean, this is a big hulking troll. Just a beautiful, beautiful figure. Now the head is, I prefer this head, I think, at first glance. And we'll do glamour shots, as we always do, of course. But I like the big kind of horns coming out of the side. And then he's got a big beard, a big brownish, reddish beard, open mouth, eyes that are yellow. Almost looks like a Terra dog a little bit in the eyes. Big, gnarly teeth going on. Just beautiful look. And he's even got like a scar down the front of his face. This is a troll that's seen some things in the old Mythic Legions battle arena. Just very, very cool. Got a little bit of a belly on him, and then he's got the front of a loincloth, much like a kilt almost. Like Roddy Piper used to have that thing. I don't know what the technical term for it is, but it hangs over the kilt. That's kind of what it reminds me of. The hair on the loincloth is, I don't know, it's probably faux fur. I'm guessing it's not real. But it looks almost like, I got this from my dog Lemmy, is almost what it looks like. But just absolutely big, nasty, huge, hulking troll. The head, I assume, just pulls off as easy as any other figure out there. So just yank that head off and away you go. Just awesome. That is an awesome head. Now this is more of akin to a regular troll head. When I see this is kind of what I think of in trolls. You think of this in like the Lord of the Rings and things like that is what it reminds of. Big tusks coming out the side of the face, yellow eyes once again, a big nose. Reminds me of David the Gnome. You remember David the Gnome back in the day? Kind of reminds me of the trolls that were in David the Gnome is what this guy reminds me of. I'm hoping he pops in fairly easy. Yep, real easy. Boy, I don't know, but you know, that's hard. If you hardcore Mythic Legion fans out there, you might be buying 2 of these trolls, because I can guess these trolls, having a few of them, you put different heads on them, and bam, you got different characters. So getting the most out of your molds, getting more money for Mythic Legions, the 4 Horsemen, it's the name of the game, and I think I could see a lot of people, these would look pretty cool on each side of a bookcase together, going in together. It'd be expensive, but it'd be really cool. The mouth is not movable on either figure. I should mention that. That's always something I do enjoy. That gives even more personality. Like we get extra hands with figures, gives them personality. I always think the mouth being open and closed, that's another personality trait that it can make a figure turn around and do different things. I just think I always like that in my action figures. And I would have liked to seen that here. But man, I can't complain about this guy. He's big, he's beefy, he's exactly what you see. When you saw production pictures of him, you see pictures on Big Bad Toy Store, this is what you see, this is what you get. So you can't be mad at that. It's exactly what you think it is, for the most part. We got a little comparison time. How about it against Mythic Legion? What is this, Cowros? Or I always forget their names. But this is their Battle Cat inspired Mythic Legion figure. So you can see in the Mythic Legion universe, the majority of the figures are about this size. That's how they look against each other. So Trolls, obviously huge, but yeah, bigger than your standard Mythic Legion figure for sure. I'll put this over here. And then since, you know, I love big figures, and one big figure I was really looking forward to in 2022, but to the disappointment of me and hopefully some of you others out there, I really wanted that Black Series Rancor. Unfortunately, it was not meant to be. Hopefully, somehow they get that thing out, because that's another one of my childhood favorite toys. I would have loved to see in the Black Series, but I'm just going to have to be okay with my 3 3/4 scale Rancor for now. And I figured, who better for this troll to fight than the Rancor? They scale up pretty good. That being said, this is the 3 3/4 version of Rancor. This is the 6-7 inch scale of Mythic Legion. So think of that when you think of what our Rancor that we aren't getting would have been. He would have been like this big. He would have been a monster. And I think people didn't... I don't think Star Wars team got that articulated enough and across to the general public. A lot of issues with that. We did videos on it, but I'll have to just live with this Rancor for now. But I figured he'd be a formidable opponent for the Mythic Legion's troll. And I guess in the comments below, who wins this fight? Who do you think if it's going on? Rancor is my guess, because he would be bigger than the troll. But who knows? The troll might be a little bit more agile, a little bit smarter than the Rancor. Could be the battle for the ages, one might say. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I thought those guys looked good for a little comparison next to each other of another big figure. Very, very cool. I'm here for it. I'm sure you guys are too. Mythic Legions, man, they're growing in fan base every single day. Like I said, Big Bad Toy Store has a lot of them for sale. So if you want some, go there. Use the link in the description below. Helps the channel out, of course. But I do foresee myself in 2022 picking up a few more Mythic Legions. A little smoke in the old mirrors. And I put them with my He-Man figures and a few other things. That's my plan. I'd be interested to know your thoughts on Mythic Legions. I'm still a bit of a novice in the Mythic Legions at the end of the day. I'm sure some of you guys are Mythic Legions experts. And hopefully we'll have a lot more good Mythic Legions in 2022 and beyond. Because stuff like this, you know I'm here for it. I would love to get some more. I know there's some other giants. I don't think you can buy them right now besides the secondary market. And that's a pretty penny, as you guys know. But I'm here for this cave troll. Hopefully you are as well. Let me know your comments down below. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you subscribe with the notification bell. We're going to have more Mythic Legion videos in 2022 on top of a million other things, as that's the way we do it here on the channel. So make sure you subscribe. Follow me on social media at SirPaul64 on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson, and of course, ProWrestlingTees.com. Support the channel, pick up a t-shirt. So for a Troll, a Rancor, and a Kyle, I will see you guys all real soon.